G'day, Pete here. This is Witchcraft in Uganda about a curse that we come across in the village of Otwell up north Uganda. And anyway, this woman came for prayer and she had cuts all over her, and I had an interpreter there, and the interpreter wasn't very good at English, and they said that there was she's having pins and needles and razor blades come out of her body. And I thought that they meant that she was cutting herself with pins, needles and razor blades, because she was covered in cuts, covered in scars. And anyway, they explained that there was a cow died in the village, and they called in a witch doctor. The witch doctor got a chicken, cut it in half long ways, and pulled the guts and that out of it, filled it up with razor blades, pins and nails, and then sewed it back up and said whoever's killed the cow, pins, needles and razor blades would come out of them. And anyway, this woman's come up, and she's every morning she'd wake up and there'd be pins, needles and razor blades coming out, and I had trouble believing it, and I said, don't you mean she's cutting herself, or, you know, having trouble with the interpreter. And I mean, it was a small village, everyone was related, everyone knew each other, and they said, no, this is what's happening, pins, needles and razor blades coming out of her. So we prayed for her, and I seen her again within 5 or 6 days, and she was healed up. The cuts and the scratches, the marks were healing up. But anyway, she was complaining that there was a pin coming out of her high up in her inner thigh, and I didn't want to look there. I thought, you know, from what I'd seen in Africa, I could believe this stuff. And anyway, Eric, our friend, the pastor, the Ugandan, asked her, did you go back to the witch doctor? And she nodded her head, or a witch doctor. They loved going to the witch doctors. Anyway, she went back to the witch doctor. We prayed for him for 5 or 6 days. He asked her, did you have any trouble? She's going, no. And then he's going crook at her, saying, why did you go back to the witch doctor then? And now the trouble started again. Why did you do it? And she didn't. She put her head down. They all trust so much in the witch doctors because they can, you know, the church, we just opened the church. You know, they haven't got, they don't understand Jesus Christ or Christianity. They understand taking a chicken or taking a goat or something to the witch doctor and getting instant whatever. They think that's going to help. Anyway, this girl, that was her story. She had pins. She said she didn't kill the cow, so I don't know. That's the story.